right, welcome back to Branson, Missouri. The Branson Hilton Convention Center is the center of the Cornhole universe, as we've been saying all week long, and will continue to say until Saturday's Championship Saturday for the American Cornhole Organization World Championships 17 here at Center Court. The best seats in the house are yours. The second best seats in the house belong to the two of us. That would be myself. I am Finn the Loudmouth for the ACO, sitting next to Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja, ACO Pro in his yesteryear, but a guy who has played against every single person, I believe, that's been on Center Court since I've known you.
Absolutely. I guarantee you I've played against these four players more than once.
Oh, more than once. And and won how many? More than once?
I don't know. Me and Glover could, we go back and forth for years. He's got the best of me the last 6 months or so.
Well, Glover would be Josh Glover, Kaitlyn Hamm there throwing out of the blue lane, and that would be your higher seed lane against Kyle Anderson and Heather Wehkling, who are throwing out of the red lane and have jumped out to a 2-0 lead here in the COED Doubles Winners Bracket B. We've got lots of great COED Doubles action to get to you tonight. We'll bring you the best matches fed from the other room, and hopefully you will get to see what we get to see, and that is the best doing their best.
That's right, and this COED division is one of my favorites. I remember last year, so many good games that came across Center Court as Kyle and Heather take a 4-0 lead.
Josh All-Day Glover throwing out of the boot, but I saw him earlier. I seemed more concerned about his boot than he did.
He told me he's throwing better. He may not ever take the boot off when he's throwing. And I've witnessed it. He's been playing really, really well.
Well, we may have to go to the ACO rule book to find out whether or not that would be a performance-enhancing contraption of some sort.
Oh, nice airmail there by Kyle Anderson.
Good stuff coming in low and hard there to try to clean everything up is Josh Glover, one of the more colorful what a great airmail over the top. And this could be a complete air show, and you're going to see a lot of that right there. It may be an 8-bagger, but it's going to find lots of different ways to become so. But Glover, a very colorful character within the ACO, and Kyle Anderson, one of the steadier hands in the ACO as well. And, boy, I'll tell you what's coming right back at him here. Heather and Kaitlyn, both fantastic players in their own right. Kaitlyn had a pretty large win out in the main play space today.
I got a chance to witness it. She takes down Maggie Geiger, and she will be playing for the Women's Championship come Saturday against April Alverez.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? There's kind of a shovel pass there. Again, we talk about this all the time, how many different players represent how many different ways to get the bag from one end of the court to the other. But look at Heather. She kind of has like a little shovel pass. It's almost like an NFL shovel pass into the line, to the interior line. It's a interesting delivery system, and it's always fun to see different games with the different names that step up here on Center Court.
Oh, and Kyle throws one uncharacteristic out of play. Kyle Anderson, a mainstay in the ACO, too. He's been around a long time. He's always been a good player, steady. He's going to have his day one day, too, I believe.
Oh, no question, no question.
Yeah, as he's got 2 out of play now. He goes for the big airmail, and this could be a big round for Josh Glover.
Josh is going to push it through and steps him up, and that's something he has really become known for, is his ability just to grab a bunch of bags and drop them in the hole and then just turn around like, that was nothing.
I played partners with him for a couple of years, and I mean, one day the light clicked on for him, and he just took off, and he has not stopped. So
glad to have you watching along. If you are on the ACO Digital Network, anything from Facebook Live to the embedded link at AmericanCornhole.com, where you can watch all the action in high definition.
Nice bag right there by Heather. Nice 2-bag push. Kaitlyn's thinking about it.
That's nicely done right there. That was a
and she almost took them off in.
That was a strong bag right there. Kaitlyn gave it everything she had, and Heather says, well, I'm just going to lay that right there, and we'll live to move another day.
Josh asked Heather, why didn't you just push through that right there? And that was the smart shot by Heather. These guys are doubles partners throwing against each other on that end, too, by the way.
Well, that's true. That's true. And we've seen a lot of great gameplay from them, and look forward to seeing how far through the bracket they're going to advance, should they advance past this game. But I'm sure Kyle and Heather have quite a bit to say about that. Now down 7-6 to the top seeds in this particular match, Glover Hamm.
I expect this to be a really good game. It looks like Josh picks up 2, maybe, or is it a wash?
The way it's sitting right now, there's one sitting. Yeah, there were 2 sitting there at the 4 and 5 o'clock position. Yeah, so
I couldn't see the one hanging in the hole there.
Yeah, it was a little bit hidden in that darker bag there, in the shadow of the hole. Puts another addition to the score there on the high side there, 9-6.
I tell you what, Heather, I haven't seen a whole lot of Heather. I've seen her around. I haven't seen her play a whole lot. But she's holding her own down there against Kaitlyn Hamm right now. She's just throwing the bag in the hole. Look at that. Double 4-bagger. As the women show, hey, we're going to let it happen on the other end. Man, we've had some great action already in just a couple of days that we've been here. And COED, one of my favorite divisions to call.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, there's just some great games. There's some great teams, husband and wives, brothers and sisters, friends and relatives.
This COED division has been the fastest growing division within the ACO, but I'll tell you something. I mean, we had to split the women's bracket into 2, just like we did for this. So many more women hopping into the game and being a part of it over the last 5 to 10 years. It's great to see, and it's great to hear all the different stories as to how it happens. We were talking about Slow Ride and his mom. She was a big supporter of his game and taking him to tournaments, and finally stepped in one day when he needed a doubles partner, and the rest is history. Now they both are ACO lifetime members with ACO tattoos.
Oh yeah, man! I saw her play Maddie McBride today, Slow Ride's mom, and she beat Maddie McBride.
Oh boy, how about that?
And came off the court and had tears streaming down her face because she did not expect to win, and couldn't. Her hands were shaking so bad she wouldn't have been able to hold a penny in them.
Yeah, that's a big win, and this was a big frame for Josh and Kaitlyn there, posting 15 on 6 right now, and could be making very quick work of this game here on center court. We'll have as many games as we can bring to you here. I'm glad you're watching along.
One of my podcast videos I sent in, I did mention Glover and Kaitlyn could win this. Josh Kaitlyn telling him to lay up. And Josh does not like to lay up.
No. Not his game.
No. Kyle, he goes off. And I think that's going to be 3 more to make it 18-6. Kyle has one of the best airmails in the game, too. He does not miss many.
No, he doesn't, and it's a sneaky airmail. It gets in anyway. It finds a way, and it gets a way in there no matter what. It's not bullying its way in. It's sneaking in, and he gets it done.
Look at Heather. Heather's been right down the center with every bag.
Yeah, this is all about who's going to make the mistake coming from this end. A little more defensive strategy coming from the fellas' side of the court, and ladies are just playing the consistency game. Put a deuce on top.
Nice round there by Heather.
Heather Wehkling picks up a couple there off of Kaitlyn Hamm, so 18 on 8.
Heather's got a brother, up-and-coming player named Drew that can really play. I haven't seen him yet, but I'm thinking we might see him one day.
Mm-hmm. Typically is the case.
So
we call it the ACO family for a number of reasons, and not the least of which is the multi-generational jerseys that are hanging in many, many closets and folded in many, many drawers.
Oh, and this could be the game, and there it is.
Yep, that's going to do it. Boy, that didn't take him very long, but it was nicely done. Coming out of the blue lane, Josh Glover, Kaitlyn Hamm making quick work, actually, there of Kyle Anderson and Heather Wehkling. A nice game played by all 4 players individually, but as a team, as teams go, even in the boot.
Even in the boot.
He's pointing at it. He points at the boot, and he says, maybe that is the secret elixir. Maybe that's the ingredient. Maybe that's his advantage. Who knows? But Welcome back to Branson and the Hilton Convention Center in Branson, Missouri. It is the American Cornhole Organization Season 17 World Championships. We are your hosts. In the second best seats in the house, he would be the Mississippi Ninja, Philip Barnett. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. And, buddy, I tell you, we talk about this every single time we come back on the air, but we sit back and we wait and find out what matches they're going to send here to center court from the other room, from the main arena. And this one, just when you thought you'd run out of Hertz,
2 more show up.
I'll tell you what, it's like an electrical storm. More Hertz than you can even bat an eye at. And
Absolutely.
These are two you haven't heard us talk about really all day. Rex Hurt and Gracie Hurt, his daughter and the sister to Caleb and Isaac, against a team that you know very, very well.
Absolutely. Spencer and Maddie, who made that magical run last year and came up 1 game short of winning the championship in co-ed.
Yeah, and Spencer and Maddie clocking in at a total of 30 years old between them, 15 apiece. And Rex and his daughter's 21. Rex is what, probably, probably 41?
Maybe. Yeah, he's not old enough to be in the seniors. He looks 41, I can tell you that right now.
He said more Hertz. He raised his both arms up as he comes across center court, and these guys are underway. It looks they have finished their down and backs, and they are underway. So.
Yeah, look at Spencer's going to probably pick up a couple here. Hey, and you know these two have got to be good. They play around the Hurt mansion and compound there. I know it's got a barn.
Yes, it does. It has a barn that they built specifically for the purposes of cornhole, and we are excited to have a couple of brand new Hertz from the Hurt Locker here on center court. So it's going to be fun to watch. You're looking at a couple of purple jerseys next to one another, champions in the division from 2 different seasons.
And Maddie made a great run in the women, finished 4th.
Yes, she did.
After losing her first game to Slow Ride's mama.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You hear the SVC crowd showing their support from center court.
You know, we haven't seen Rex or Gracie on center court, so I see Mama standing over there, got her camera, taking her regular pictures. She'll be pacing before this match is over, too.
There's no question. But a family who is a part of a bigger family, the SVC family, part of a bigger family, the ACO family, and thrilled to have all of them here on center court. 2-0 still as McBride and Garner running out of the higher seed lane. Jacob Garner. Spencer Garner. Spencer Garner is one of the more low-key juniors you're going to find, and that's Rex getting I guess.
He's trying to get the crowd fired up over there, Rex.
He's getting a hand for not giving up any points, so good for him. He's got his strategy right there. He's going to let Gracie do all the heavy lifting.
And look at, I'm telling you, Gracie is right down the center to start this game.
Oh, absolutely. A couple of big arm swings here between these two. It is a very consistent, and just as I get ready to say that, a very consistent performance with that arm swing. Comfortable. She comes in a little bit lower.
And you think you jinxed her.
Well, I think, and I think has happened too today as the room is cleared out and fewer people in this room moving back and forth. The air conditioning has had a chance to take effect, and I think these boards have gotten slicker just in the last hour.
Absolutely. The thunderstorm came through, probably a cold front. Could have a lot to do with it. Man, I just can't believe we have 2 more Hertz on center stage.
Well, ultimately, when it comes down to it, there may be a day where we have to autograph this center court as the Hertz center court, like they do in so many basketball arenas, because a dynasty has been forming for a number of years.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something right now. Spencer Garner is, I was mentioning, he's one of the more low-key juniors that we have playing, especially of the guys, and he's a guy that just rolls in, flips his hair, and gets his business done, and then he goes back off into the corner and does, whatever it is that 15-year-old guys do on his phone.
Absolutely.
That could have gone a whole different direction. I didn't want it to.
I tried to shut you off real quick.
Nicely done. If only I'd picked up on the cue a split second earlier.
And you talk about Gracie's arm swing. If you look at it, it mirrors Caleb's arm swing. She didn't have the biggest step that he had, but her arm swing is just about the exact same.
Caleb making his way over here to center court to watch his sister.
Absolutely. They do support each other.
Yes,
That's a great block bag
nice
by
bag.
Maddie.
She filled the only gap that was available there for Gracie. She's going to go up.
Oh, wow.
And
And you
she
think,
smashes the airmail.
let me tell you, she got a big hand. And she
She
got a point
all
out
of
of
that
that,
for 1
man.
point. All of that for one. You do a lot of work for a single point around these parts, but it's nicely done, and it gets them off
Let me tell you something. Did you expect that
the
shot
start.
right there?
Yes, I did.
I did not expect that shot.
That's why I've learned from everything we've been watching. You should have known better, Phil.
I
You
should have,
known. You
especially
should
when
have
the last name on the back of the
Exactly.
shirt is Hurt.
a little juggling act going over there with Spencer when he's got a couple of bags in hand. He juggles them about.
Yeah, I still remember that run that they made last year out of the losers bracket. I'm going to call it a losers bracket because that's what it was.
Yeah.
And all the way to the finals with Spencer Garner hitting probably
nice bag right there.
the greatest shot I've ever been able to call. I was on the mic with Jay Boogie, and he hit an airmail drag with his bag not even hanging in the hole.
Pulled
I
it
couldn't
back in.
believe it. Yes, sir. So I expect big things out of these two anyway.
Bob Heil and Ed Runyon are on board checking out this match.
Yeah.
Glad to have you along for the ride on the ACO Digital Network, whether you're watching on our Facebook live stream. And again, keep in mind you can watch in high definition embedded on the AmericanCornhole.com website, and all of these matches will be individually curated on our YouTube channel, which we encourage you to go subscribe to if you have not just yet. You can go back and revisit all of these matches, find some of those great shots, and watch them replayed for you in high definition. It's good stuff. Up and over. Oh, and there she went again. But unfortunately, not the same set of circumstances and not the same success. In fact, this one seemed like it had more real estate than the one she made.
16-1 now is the score. How about my co-ed partner, Yana Dice, who couldn't make it here, is tuned in to us watching. So, I miss you. We could have been on center court right now.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. Our man Jay Boogie is kind of cruising around here, causing a little bit of trouble. He'll be back on mic with us here probably for some upcoming matches, possibly tonight. I know he's going to be getting out the clippers, and Boogie's Barbershop is going to be in full effect here, making some very unique hairstyles as we oh, look at that bag. That's
another junior roll shot. How about it?
Get out of here.
Ooh. And this game, these co-ed games are rolling quick.
Yeah,
Being
they
it's
really
20-1.
This one even faster than the last.
Yeah.
That was Josh Glover and
Kaitlyn Hamm.
Kaitlyn Hamm, but that's Maddie McBride's partner, Kaitlyn.
That's right.
In doubles, who got taken down with her partner Josh in co-ed doubles. Or actually, they took the win. I'm sorry, they took the win over Kyle Anderson and Heather Wehkling about an hour ago here on this very
I
court.
agree, and that was just their first loss, so they're still in. And Gracie leads a little short bag, is still hanging on. Might move with the vibration.
Rex takes a good look over top. Looks down, looks up, looks down. Just says board it. Up and on.
Look at it, it's still moving.
You know what?
But that's the game anyway. And look, there it went. There it went.
It finally went, but that was it. 21-on-1. And I'll tell you something else. The pictures are still being taken by Becky, and Rex and Gracie had a fun time here on center court. I hope you had a good time watching this one. They made quick work of them, and that's pretty much how it's been going so far. All right, Hole Heads, welcome back to the center of the Cornhole universe. That would be the Hilton Branson Convention Center, and we are back at center court, and the crowd continues to build around center court for some co-ed consolation bracket action right here. And you just saw one of these teams. You saw Spencer Garner, Maddie McBride, who were the higher seed in the previous game, now against Lewis Dugas and April Alverez. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, joined by the Mississippi Ninja, Philip Barnett, and Jay Boogie. They said the three amigos. I'm going to go three stooges. Let's work this thing out. When you're ready, you guys go ahead and fire. The lead bag will come out of the hand of April Alverez out of the blue lane, and April Alverez is a name you're going to be hearing between now and the end of Championship Saturday.
Very much seems like it.
Quite a bit.
Absolutely, and she is going to be right down the center most every time.
Now, you watched a great matchup earlier, Phil, between her and Maggie Geiger. Tell us about that one.
Yes, I mean, she was just down the center every single time. And it was actually Kaitlyn Hamm that she did. And she beat Kaitlyn pretty handily, and she was not missing. So as she picks up an early 2.
Got a 2-piece on that one.
Yep.
Still waiting on the biscuit. Let's see if Lewis Dugas can give her that buttered up biscuit along to go with that 2-piece.
And a nice block by Lewis. But Spencer is no stranger to blocks. He will roll, shoot, air mails, push hard. He pushed Lewis's bag in.
He did. He pushed pretty hard right there. And it's funny because he plays. Typically, sometimes he'll play with that hair hanging over his face. And this is this. You guys tend to watch the nature of the bags and the shots. I watch the body language.
Oh
boy.
I don't think that's what he was trying to do.
I don't think so. A very confident spin of the bag and a step out there by Spencer. But he's so funny. Sometimes I'll see him play, and he'll just toss that hair out of his way and go. Sometimes he rolls it up and over like that, but he's got that hat on. It almost looks like with every motion, it's just going to pop straight off like a bottle cap.
It does. I might get a hold of it tomorrow. I'm going to cut some of that hair tomorrow.
Get that hair at Boogie's Barber Shop.
If I have to sneak up on him, I'm going to cut it.
Be like Jackass. Just come up with the clippers and get a chunk.
I dare you. I dare you.
I don't know. I can't do it to Spencer. He's mean. He's got too much of that stone cold face when he plays. I don't want to make him mad.
Well, he was one who didn't play in the juniors doubles this morning because he overslept. Is that right?
Yeah,
is that what
Mama was cooking.
What?
I can't believe I've been trying to call him all morning.
You lie.
That's a true story.
I might have to get him for that one. I didn't know that.
It's a true story. All right. Well, 4-4 is where we find ourselves now, and Spencer stands back and juggles a little bit. Lewis lays that first bag up there. He threw the blocker the last round, found the hole this time, and looks like we might be on our way to an 8-bagger.
You can tell early, can't you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You think you can.
Oh, yeah.
But this is all going to get collected
Yeah.
here.
Oh.
Well,
opportunity here for Dugas.
come in and get to the right side. Going to bunch it up. Now, the question becomes, what's the risk reward on this? Do you think he's going to try to go up and try to grab a couple of those bags or just come in low and hot? Oh, he is going to go up and over. Boy.
And he gives up a bundle right there.
Yeah, and the risk was absolutely outweighed the reward
5
there.
points.
A 5 spot on top of that 4 takes us to 9-4, the higher seed. Alverez and Dugas. And you know what? Motor City Cornhole representing.
Yes, sir. Dugas with a big sigh of relief on that one because he gave up a lot in that first round, and he was happy to get it back right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think he decided the block wouldn't work very well because Spencer pulled the block and roll.
Well, so now here's the question. Did he earn those 5 points, or were those 5 points awarded to him?
Yeah, well, you know what? We won't check that. We'll just say he got him.
He was responsible for collecting.
I guess that's where the big breath of relief came from.
Mm-hmm. No question. All right, nicely done there by
Maddie gets a couple back right
Maddie
there.
McBride, yeah.
With a 4-bagger.
How long has she and Spencer been partners?
This is their second year.
Second year. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, me and Boogie had the pleasure of watching their magical run through the losers bracket last year. And Maddie played every good player in the ACO and gave up no points hardly.
No kidding. She was holding her
Yes,
own
she
like
was.
nobody's business. Unreal run those two had. It was magical.
It was. And it was fun to call, too.
Yes, it was.
So far, our games have been all blowouts here on center court tonight.
Yeah, they really have that last one with Gracie and Rex Hurt dropping that one 21-1. Was one you don't see very often, but you know what? You could tell they had a good time doing it.
Oh, yeah, Rex was still out there throwing, laughing, and cutting up.
Good stuff. Yeah.
And there's 2 more that got away.
Lots of opportunities missed right there, but they live to fight another frame. 9-on-6 still out of the higher-seeded blue lane with Alverez and Dugas, and there's a rare first bag miss there from Maddie McBride.
And I promise you, one person that will take advantage of that rare miss is Miss Alverez.
Mm-hmm. She's one of those tried and true up the middle type of players. That consistency is key, is what we always talk about. We were referring to it with Caleb and Austin earlier.
I tell you what, if you watch April Alverez, she's kind of like Gary Bearpaw, and in this comparison, when it comes from me watching her out there, her motion is exactly the same every time, whether she's shooting an airmail or just trying to slide in. If you keep an eye on that fin in the next few rounds, and she does remind me so much of Gary Bearpaw.
Yeah, very much based on muscle memory.
Yeah.
We talk about the rote, the thousands of bags. His comes from a career of very high-level horseshoe pitching,
Absolutely,
which he just took part in, and we got to find out the results of the
Yeah.
World Horseshoe Championships prior to coming here into Branson.
That's awesome.
But Gary is very methodical, very almost mechanical, almost robotic in his approach. And
I just feel sorry for his kids and his grandkids when they got in trouble.
boy, she moved that one awfully quick.
She did. Well, she was reaching.
She moved that awfully quick off of that, as we like to call it, the corner of the hole.
The corner of the hole. You ever found that corner of that hole, Boogie?
Yeah, I'm still looking for it. You know, I heard y'all was rearranging geography earlier. And
That's right there at the 361st degree.
There you
That's
go.
what it is.
That's right
Okay,
up
I
there.
didn't check there.
Yeah, you
that
gotta
was
look.
on me.
Yeah, you got to keep looking.
Ooh.
All right, there's an opportunity again now. April just there. Here comes that. She's got her thumb locked in on that bag coming in. Oh, interesting. She didn't come in from the right side. And
Nice
she gave
bag.
that right side back to Maddie, and she took it.
Oh,
Oh,
she
that's
got
what
it.
she was setting up. I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
that's
man.
what she was setting
This
up.
girl is good, man.
Hit that bag with the go-go gadget and sucked it back
Oh,
in.
she really did. She set it up to come and get it later. And that's a wow. You don't see that obvious very often.
I'm gonna
And
tell
I
you-
totally blew by me.
This girl is good.
She is very, very good.
She didn't go undefeated in the women's division for no reason.
Steamrolling.
Because that division was loaded.
Sure was. Split brackets, so many participants, and boy, for her to come out on top of all of the talent and names that are in there, she's a name that you will be reckoning with for quite some time.
Absolutely. Out of Michigan, huh? All her players were over there watching and cheering for her and got so excited.
Lewis is setting himself up, and
Oh, wow.
Wow.
there's
What
a-
was that, Spence?
that's
That's all I could say.
That's a mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
nice.
Nice bag by Lewis, and he looks up skyward and touches his own belly. It's like, whoo-hoo.
I dodged one here.
Talk about those wordy dirds flying around in Spencer's head. He was bad at that one.
Now, he
Yes,
is
he
not
did.
old enough to say those wordy dirds, as you say.
No, he's not.
14 on 8 out of the high seed lane with Alverez and Dugas.
Well, my man Jason Hollis and John Hollis watching on their anniversary. How about that?
How about that? That's right. Friend of the family, Andrea, is checking everything out.
Yeah.
Tell our boy we said hello if you would, and enjoy what you're looking at here. And again, you mentioned this, Phil. One of your favorite divisions, if not your favorite division in the ACO, and the fastest growing division in the ACO, this COED championship. It is a lot of fun to watch. And we have seen a few teams that switch up partners, but for the most part, there's been a lot of consistency in COED teams.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember April's throwing with a guy named Jordan Brown last year. She's got moved on to somebody else, and here they are fighting to try to stay in the bracket.
Moved on to Louis Dugas. And he's
right,
mad.
dude.
Louis mad. He can get it with a drag, but I got a feeling Spencer's going to use that as a backboard as much as
Absolutely.
he can.
Yeah, it will not be in play much longer.
Well, now, April Alverez has played on center stage a few times. To my knowledge, I've never seen Louis
Never
on
seen
center
Lewis on
stage.
center court.
And,
Nope.
he could be a little nervous. Nice bag.
I have to be honest with
Very
you. I'm not seeing a lot of nerves out of either one of them. I think you're seeing
Ooh.
adrenaline,
And this
but I
puts
think
them
it's
right in the game.
yeah,
and,
right.
oh,
Boy, and he did him a favor right there. He says, "Thanks. Here's your thank you, Tater. Appreciate that." Now the bag's back in the hands of the ladies, who will fire when ready.
Now, I think you hinted on it a little bit earlier, Finn, where you said, was Louis doing it, or was he kind of getting off the hook a little bit?
Collecting it, yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, that one leaks in the left-hand side. That probably sets us up for a
Uh-oh.
a couple. I was going to say a couple added to the blue tally, but
Hey, Tim. Oh, and she's
Alvarez
going for
is
the
gonna
big
make her pay
round
for
of
it.
6 right here. And there
going
it
low and hard. Oh,
goes.
and she did them a favor right there. And
You cannot keep this team in the game, this Spencer and Maddie. We've seen what they can do from behind.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Don't give them that inch. They'll take a mile.
Yes, sir. And Louis is off again. So if Maddie could just hold her own down there, I think they're in good shape.
We got some come on Louis from the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Got him pumped up.
Nice
there he
bag
is.
right there.
What he
Finds the
needs.
center.
Well, Spencer's bag hits. It's
It
so
hits hard,
flat
doesn't it?
and
It hits
hard.
yeah. Oh boy, he tried for the guts and the glory right there, and he missed it. It almost as if it slipped a little bit out of his hand the way he's acting now. Oh.
It's a good setup right here.
Now, one thing about Spencer, he cannot make it go for the big shot here.
Nope.
Because if he goes off, he loses.
Oh, nice roll. Nice roll. How about that?
Man, that was the AC shot, huh?
Yeah, that one had eyeballs on it.
See,
It sure did.
To us, that was something risky and ridiculous. But for him, that was the safe shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That was the safe bet.
Yeah.
It was safer than going for the airmail. And look at this.
Phenomenal
Throwing
shot.
somebody off of their game just a touch.
Just for a second.
Somebody suggesting that the most important shot right now to Lewis might not be a cornhole shot.
I like that statement.
Rhymes with fireball. All right. You make them back one or two at a time. There's the two, 18 on 14. Your top seeds, April Alverez and Louis Dugas out of Motor City Cornhole. Spencer Garner, Maddie McBride, they're battling to get out of the consolation bracket, which is the politically correct way of saying loser's bracket here in the split bracket B. Oh, and he just opened
That's
up
a
the
perfect bag
boys,
by Spencer.
Boys, I think this game might be over.
I
I think I'm calling it right now.
Boogie's
that could be the
predicting.
one. That could be the one.
I'm
He's
calling
got him
night
set
night.
up.
Are you?
I'm calling night-night.
You think this is going to be a 7 spot?
Alvarez is going to need some big stuff to save this game after this frame.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Louis in a bad way.
Louis needs to go slick side and just push all them in. Only give up 4.
Look at Spencer spinning that bag. He can't even hold the confidence under that hat like he does that hair.
Yeah, somebody needs to remind Lou it's his turn. Oh, boy.
Nice. I'm going to tell you what, that is a good block.
Yes, it was.
Shot. He stuffed it up.
That's a smart move by the kid.
Yep. What veteranship by the youngster. In the flops, in the Crocs, and the short shorts, going down there to take a look at what's going on as Alvarez and Dugas trying to figure out what to do with that last bullet.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, I think Spencer's going to try to shoot an airmail right here.
You think he's going to try to unclog that?
Or he could throw that 100-mile-an-hour
pipe.
fastball right here,
You know what I like? I like coming up this left side right here and knocking the bottom out of that red bag because that one's holding everything up.
I think so.
Yeah, it's the underpinning bag right
If you
there.
pull her skirt down, that whole thing's going.
There we go. If he goes slick side, you know it. No, he's on the stick.
Oh, he's coming in
Went for
hard
a
and
roll.
it sits up on top, and now he puts
It's okay.
Lewis in an interesting position. There's nothing. What's he going to do besides pile on?
He does a layup and makes me look stupid for calling the match.
He's going to throw one on the board right here, which is a hard shot,
That's
too.
the hardest shot to make when you have to make it.
I don't know what he's talking about. Just throw the bag on the board, Louis.
Whatever he did, he made April take her earbuds out. Just lay it up there and let
The whole pile moved.
It did. And it almost slid just a little too far left.
To that red.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, come off the side. You're right.
All right. Now we're back to.
How quick did Maddie grab those bags out of the hole and fire one down the middle?
She did. She is a speed demon with regard to.
Yeah, I'm still going with my prediction. That just.
You think that did it?
The confidence is oozing from that team.
I think if Maddie gets it back to Spencer,
that's going to do it.
Yeah.
Now, there are quite a few people watching who would disagree with you.
Uh-huh.
McKenna would be one
How
of
is
them.
Alvarez's airmail?
Matt would be one. Here it
Let's
comes
see.
up and over. Oh, how about that?
And 2 points to put him on 20.
No doubt.
Looks like it's pretty good to me.
That was a good shot.
Wow.
Apparently, she's got her earbuds in listening to you,
Yo,
Boogie. So
Yeah.
Did she wave at Boogie when she shot that?
she did wink at me.
but
I
she
saw
only
that.
Used, she only used 2 fingers.
Oh, man, that was a good shot.
That was a fantastic
Louis
shot.
now, right down the middle for the
Off to a
first
good
time with the
start.
first bag.
Louis Doogie with the block.
Good job by Spence.
Feel free to bring those comments as you cheer for your team. That's fine. Co-ed doubles,
Absolutely.
always a lot of fun, and you never know what you're going to see. And this has been a great new match for us on center court.
Matt says, don't ever talk bad about Louis in April.
Nope.
Nope, I have not said one bad word about April Alverez, I promise you.
Spencer's trying to get this one here.
Oh, man, and he left a nice.
It's all right. He's still keeping those Jerusalem cruisers out to the right side, and he's going to try to get it again.
Oh, boy.
Man, that is strictly nerves. I'm going to tell you that right
no
now.
question.
And I'm not talking bad about your guy, Louis.
It was just
that
he
was a
overgripped
nervous, yep.
Yeah.
Overgripped it and pulled it. Spencer's going to come in low, push, take one.
It's one.
In there, and he's going to just touch it real quickly to take him to a 17. And Lou, happy to be able to live another frame here after that one.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of Louis fans on the book face.
We do.
I love it.
McKenna Ballou says, and I love it because when people say let's go and they rewind, let's go, and it looks like let's goo. It seems like a whole different sentiment.
Yes, Maddie cannot make a mistake. And April, I promise you, is going to keep the pressure on as good as she in there. That might be the mistake.
That could be it. Because she is just going to continue to nudge that thing as best she can and hold that middle.
She is so smooth. And Maddie, you can see the body language. Oh,
wow.
No, tell me she didn't just do that.
She did not do
that. And Taco Ochoa just did the emoji. Uh-oh.
Tim Smith says, here we go, Maddie Moe. Ready to see something go down right here. I think she can get this. She can drag that bag.
She's good
High
enough.
velocity spin
Coming in
and turn
low.
it.
Oh, there it is.
Such a shot. What a great shot. How about that?
Hey, guys, we've been waiting on. And that's three.
That's gonna be the
Guess
three.
what? It is 20-20, and it's going to come down to Spencer and Luke.
I gotta be honest with you. I've
turnaround.
always said that these games should be played to one.
Man, a game to one, buddy.
Finally get my wish.
Absolutely.
All right, they grabbed that first bag back. Here comes Spencer. What do you think's going to happen here?
Yeah, absolutely.
That. Come on, Lou.
Hey, good bag.
Steady those
Way to
knees
stay
and let's
in the
get it done.
Yeah. I think all the pressure is on Louis, and look at him. He is stepping up big time
He
right here.
really is.
Spencer is not letting the gas up either.
Very nice.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
My
If he,
goodness.
if he puts this in, that's the Nerves of Steel.
Absolutely.
Nerves of Steel award for the week.
Oh, and that's it. What a game.
But what a game. What a game. 21. I'm going to say to 20 and a half.
Yes,
what a
absolutely.
What a fantastic game there, and what a battle. April Alverez, we will see her a little bit later on as the women's division wraps up, and what a really, really strong comeback and performance from Spencer Garner and Maddie McBride. And
Absolutely.
we would expect nothing less. And
Hey, I'll tell you what, we've been waiting on that great co-ed game to hit center court, and it just did.
yeah.
And by the way, it's Maddie McBride and Spencer Garner in the middle of it again. How about that?
Go figure, and it looks like they're going to go again. Welcome back to Center Court in the center of the Cornhole universe, which we are proud to call the Branson Hilton Convention Center in Branson, Missouri. The ACO, American Cornhole Organization Season 17 Championship Week. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, bookended by Jay Boogie, and in the big sandwich right here, the Mississippi Ninja, Philip Barnett. We go back out to Center Court, and we pick up sort of where we left off with Spencer Garner and Maddie McBride, but back into the blue lane and the higher seed lane against Philly Rineer and her partner Tyler Amos.
Yeah, Tyler Amos has been on a roll lately, and I heard a lot of people say that Tyler Amos might win the King of Cornhole.
Wow. We got a lot of those coming out already?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of speculation about some new faces and some new names making a run at the championship on Saturday for the singles championship, but I did run into the current king. That would be one Gary Ferguson, who is in the finals of the seniors division.
Absolutely.
So he told me, he kind of winked.
Saturday.
That's going to be on Saturday right here on Center Court. So you are in for a treat watching the king on Center Court, and we never know where we may see him again. So these guys are gotten a couple underneath the, what do you call that, Boogie, the wooden sunroof?
Yeah, we got a couple under the wooden sunroof right
a
there.
couple
And now
more.
we got a few more.
A couple joined them. And enough to be able to post a deuce on top of that. And Philly Rineer, who has handled some announcing duties for us on a couple of different matches, but she's been very scarce and unavailable for calling matches here today. And I think now we're starting to find out
Hey, I'll
why.
tell you, she
Yeah,
went a
she's
long
focused.
way actually in the women's division. I'm not sure exactly where she finished, but she did go a long way.
Well, she's locked in here and ready to go. You can see the look on her face. She's not messing around. But she's got Maddie Mac down there with her, so she better lock in.
Absolutely.
Got a 10. 10s don't get wins.
There you go. 10s don't win.
That's much more poetic with your accent
Is it?
than it is
Mine.
basically. Well, just in general. Tens don't get wins.
Yeah, I think sometimes if you got it, you can make words rhyme that don't necessarily rhyme.
Just you got to throw the accent in the
There
middle
you
of
go.
it.
Just a little bit. All right, they have evened things up and are knotted at 2, and glad to have all of you who are watching along. Again, don't forget you can watch in high definition on the embedded link at AmericanCornhole.com. Dylan is throwing his weight behind Philly and Tyler. Same with Logan.
There's that bag, the get-around bag. What about
Is
it,
that what we're
Boogie?
calling that? I mean, there's so many different names for this thing. What's the difference in that and the cut bag?
Well, I'll tell you what, Austin Cameron named it the Austin Cameron bag.
Oh, he just claimed it, huh?
Yeah, he just claims it.
It's just sick nasty. What'd you call it, Finn? The 7 o'clock?
What's that?
That little get-around
Oh, that
bag.
get around. I called it the shaky truck tire running down the
Oh,
hill,
yes,
but that's
right.
a little too long for announcing purposes.
Oh, and Tyler's got 2 off the back here.
Now look, check it out. You guys know I love to watch and observe different people's stance and their throw. Check out the way Tyler leans back right before he throws.
He does.
He's leaned all the way backwards.
But then he comes forward.
Yep.
Oh, and that, my
Curious.
friend, is just 4 points, I think.
I mean, he's got every bit of his body behind that bag. He's leaned all the way back.
And he's leaning back. He's leaning in toward the board. He's
Yeah.
throwing off of his right foot with his right hand. I don't even know how he doesn't fall over.
There's no way I could. I'd fall slap on top of the board.
But I will tell you right now, he's got at least one more purple jersey than I do.
Yeah,
Because I'm looking at it.
that one was one. Guess where? I just told you before we started.
Cedar
Finn.
Rapids, Iowa.
Absolutely.
And
And
Philly took the COED
that bag's standing straight up.
in Cedar Rapids. It is.
I like to call that one the
boy.
dirty diaper feel.
The dirty diaper,
Yeah.
man. Well, I love all these new names.
It's got a low load in it.
It
Keeping
does.
it where it needs to be.
Sitting straight up.
Joel Carnac, he shared some tie score toward the end of the game with us yesterday, some names.
You put one of those dirty diapers in front of the hole, it really stinks.
Yeah.
Spencer's got that nice even rotation flat bag. It's just so consistent. And I'll tell you, it is amazing with that stance and that pitch, the way that Tyler's able to deliver a very similar flat spin bag.
But this man is good. Don't count him
Oh, no,
out.
he really is. He and Philly have started making some noise on the back half of season 17 here.
Mhm.
Expect to see quite a bit of them in season 18 because they, nice shot there, intend to bring it. As we have been saying, that's what season 18 is all about.
Bring
Oh,
it.
boy. I'll tell you what, that one, given a maybe just a little extra whisper, might have fallen. But Philly, the first one to lean in and grab it out, so she didn't hold a lot of hope. She's reset her headphones, she's reset her stance, and she's ready to go. Maddie puts that first one in there. 8-on-4 is what we're looking at right now. Maddie McBride, Spencer Garner, fixtures here lately on center court as we continue to work our way through the B bracket in the Consolation COED Division here for the ACO.
This is so reminiscent of last year's Worlds.
Sure
when
is.
Maddie and Spencer got me and Boogie called most of those matches that night.
Oh,
And this is
boy.
pretty similar to the run they made that night to get to the championship game.
It is, minus a little bit of the underdog thunder.
Yeah,
They
now
become-
they're the hunted.
Yeah, you got Spencer down there rocking the shucking jersey with the yellow and green. That means you're in the corny 40, looking like a corn cob. And, of course, Maddie down there showing off that purple like you were talking about, Finn.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't playing around.
She calls herself one of the kitty girls, and if you look at those scratches down the side of that jersey, every one of those is some other honor that she earned
Absolutely.
during the course of that season.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you see what I did? Those
Like
claw
it.
marks
I like it.
right there. And Spencer wearing that corny 40 jersey for the upcoming season with that Field of Dreams logo on it for the inaugural Go the Distance Festival. So he's got a little bit of work to do, but he's going to come in probably and just mash it. Oh, he's going to go up and over. And and
he
he takes
hits him.
two. He takes two and leaves one up on the back.
Leaves the door open, though.
Tyler going to come in low and try to push
Boom.
through. He does.
Very, very nice.
He makes
Nicely
that
done.
look so easy, and that's
Right.
such a hard shot.
Grabbing a couple we did. Dylan said, why are you guys completely kicking out after every match? Why don't you run a commercial and just stay on? You know why? because it gives us a chance to resend a new alert to somebody who may not know we're on. That's why.
Absolutely.
So you kick on that alert, we're right back there with you. We want to make sure as many of these matches get seen as possible, and that's
That's what we want you hearing.
That's right. That's a nice way to make sure we bring as many people to the party as we can.
And Maddie has 3.
Maddie.
Left a
nice
wide
bag
open
by
alley.
Philly.
It's really
Philly takes advantage.
and she's able to tumble 2 back into
But we got a game to 9.
into the washer. It's pretty crazy. Locked up on the dozen.
Game to 9.
Philly Rineer and Tyler Amos here in co-ed losers bracket B, working their way back through. Spencer Garner, Maddie McBride have been everywhere from big comeback to just solid
Killing people.
killing it. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
There's a lot of people on the Maddie and Spencer train.
Yeah, it's
Justin Howard,
It's
my
back
friend.
and forth. It's back and forth. One for Maddie and Spencer, then one for Philly and
Yeah.
Tyler.
We like to see all those comments.
Gotta love it.
Tyler
right.
immediately steps out where he can bully Spencer's bag out of the way. And he
Boy.
a little bit.
So nicely done, and he still carries that lean. And
He's not out of Spencer's way.
no, there's no such thing as out of his way. It'd have to be up in his room for him not to have a shot at it.
That's the Austin Cameron. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh, how about that? What a great bag.
Nice 4-bagger. And
What a
bring
great
it back
bag.
to the girls.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, Boogie, that's what you were talking about, letting the bag do the work.
Uh-huh.
He came in just where he needed to be, and the bag really did the work on that one.
Just let it spin, baby.
The Snowman is on board. Good to have Sean Priest checking
my
things
roommate.
out. Yep, how about that?
There you go.
Another thing we haven't mentioned, we got Viper on Viper crime.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
Yes, we do.
Some old Vipers of Spencer's.
Boy,
Spencer says he likes it. He likes that dirty diaper.
yeah. Philly
But-
liked it too. Usually
Yeah.
there's a little bumper.
He said it's going. I think she should step out right here and take
she's
that.
gonna-
That bag is very gettable.
You don't think she's going to try to? Oh, she
Uh-oh.
did. She tried to muscle it through, but you know what? No harm, no foul
Nope.
right there. And I thought she might come in a little bit harder at it to the
Did
left
too.
to try to get at least one, if not tumble both back into the washer.
We still have this game 2-9. Hey man, we're getting some good games now sitting in center court.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been an interesting week because as we've taken player of the season games and all sorts of different games that we've seen that have been great and competitive, this is the division that we continue to talk about that just shows talent after talent after talent. And there may be the occasional. I mean, we saw Rex Hurt and Gracie Hurt. I mean, they really just got blown up 21-1, but had a great time and they got here.
Absolutely.
That's the other thing. Seeing different Hurts on the center court is something that I don't think anybody in this organization minds seeing at all.
And it's just the camaraderie of it.
Sure.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
the fun that they have teaming up together. You think about the Irvines and how much
Yeah.
fun that they have doing co-ed and Hertz, you know, Rex and Gracie. It's so awesome. It gets the crowd pumped up. It gets us pumped up.
Yeah,
It was our favorite part of Worlds last year, Phil.
absolutely.
And, you know, it's just such a fun division. And they definitely show off as Philly's doing right now. And Maddie Mack is right behind her, throwing the block, seeing what she's going to do with the last bullet.
Coming to make it happen. Oh, she tried to get around to the left side. Maddie's going
No.
to. Oh,
Oh no!
whoa.
That's good. Just a bad break for Maddie McBride and gives up 2 points.
You know what? That one she probably, whether she wants to or not, should call that the Gorilla Glue. Because there was no reason it should have formed that teepee and stayed there like it did. But
Makes zero
I
sense.
tell you what, you mentioned Maddie grabbing the bag so quick. You should have seen how fast Philly put that 2 points up on
Yes,
that
she
last
did.
score back there.
And I think Spencer was more than happy to let it rest for a second. And see what
Yeah, he
happened.
was.
First bag in from Tyler. He gets it down underneath.
Tyler's such a really nice player, man.
All right. They're just kind of volunteering themselves into the hole at this point. You know, every once in a while it is nice as we watch your comments cycle through here on the game that people share a little information on how they were able to get through hepatitis B.
Yeah.
So make sure you don't click on that comment.
That's right.
I don't know how those get in there.
That's helpful.
It is. It's really nice. And it's odd. It's in English. And typically sometimes it's
Yeah.
in a different language. But, yeah, so we hope you're enjoying the the match there. Rejoice. Boy, and there's a couple
She
of
knew it.
Ooh, opportunities.
She almost
Phillies.
lost her balance on that. She came across that hard and left it up high, and she almost lost her balance. She's got to get back to center and tumbles 1 inch. Got a shot at those unless Philly sets it up in front. Well, now she's got to shoot it.
She's
might
happy
shoot it.
about it. She meant to do that. She was fist pumping on that shot.
You think that was it? She's saying, can I get around it, or you think she should go up?
I think she should go up. She's got a good airmail.
That
And there's not.
Spencer says slick side.
saying
He's the
slick
only
side
one to
down.
give up 2.
Philly was very pleased with that shot, and I do understand the block. You know, it kind of forces Maddie into a difficult shot, whether it be an airmail or that get around that you guys are talking about. But
she's got that airmail.
If you got an open hole, I like Philly going for 3 instead of blocking.
Oh, and that
she
was a
gets it.
low airmail.
Because Maddie can do it.
She can do it, but it's interesting. She didn't go up high, knowing that even if she hit it and dropped in and nothing else dropped in, there was not much risk of it going off the back.
No.
She came in low and hard and risked running it across the hole and off the back.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
I thought a high airmail right there would have
That's
taken
what I
that
was
bag.
thinking.
Miss Tyler is keeping pressure on.
Definitely with seeing the airmail go in, I would have liked to seen Philly throw that one in the hole instead of block.
Yeah, I would have too. James Carpenter, a Maggie fan.
Yeah, Maggie, our women's player of the season, eyeballing this match. I'm sure she's curious to see what's happening here on center court.
Yeah.
Glad to have you with us here at the Branson Hilton Convention Center, Season 17 World Championships of Cornhole for the American Cornhole Organization. Finn the Loudmouth with my man Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja, joined by Jay Boogie. And you've got a busy week. I believe tomorrow and Friday you're going to be setting up Boogie's Barbershop, and we're going to be carving a couple of logos in the backs of some coconuts, I think.
Yes, sir. I'm
Looking forward
firing
to
up
that.
the clippers tomorrow morning. Gonna have the chair ready to go, cape flying, hair slinging. I'm gonna turn everybody's head into a jack-o'-lantern before this thing's over with.
Frank Gears in line
I'm
first.
starting with Frank. No. I can't even say that. Mr. Pierce is first.
Oh, Priest is
Yeah,
going to be first?
Pierce,
Is that
yeah,
right?
Priest, excuse
All
me.
right.
Yeah, he's definitely first. He made sure of that.
All right. Well, don't touch that beard. That's all I'm telling you right now as they continue just to work their way to. Oh, I almost said it down the middle. Oh,
See
come
what you
on.
did? See what you did?
Come on.
Oh, a nice finish by both girls,
That was-
ladies, or however you want to say.
That was. How often do we see that monkey see monkey do?
Absolutely. That fourth bag is hard to
Yeah.
get in the hole. And Phillies does what she does best, smiles.
She
She
did.
just keeps on smiling.
Not only are these two ladies down here competing like crazy with these bags, they're competing with the coolest names on the court right now.
That's a true story.
Huh?
That's a true story.
Absolutely.
That's some cool names right there.
Philly, who got to join us in some broadcasts this week, and it was absolutely
A
fun.
little bit. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, she got an opportunity to talk about playing against some of these talented family members here on center court and otherwise. And she's funny because she's one of those players that we run into like we did with Johnny Thomas and Bob Heil, where they have got their player. Oh boy, he tried that get around and it just rolled a little bit too much toward midnight and hung up top. But those players that talk about their kryptonite or they talk about their nemesis.
Absolutely. And
And,
let me just go back to that shot. Spencer, who has one of the best airmails in the game,
Didn't shoot
should have shot that bag
shoot
right
it.
there instead of trying that roll shot.
Well, you heard him giving Manny the advice to come in
Absolutely.
low on slick side and
Uh-huh.
not shoot the airmail. I am curious why he's staying away from it when both of them can do it as effectively as they do.
Yeah.
As these ladies continue to stroke it. And
And that's 18-12, and they were down
18-12.
18 to this same score last game.
Yes, they were.
They were 18-12. Made that good run.
look at Philly. She's relaxed. She's in her headphones. She's West Philadelphia, born and raised, chilling out, maxing, cooling. Shoots the b-ball outside of the school. She's hanging out.
I don't have any idea what you just
Me
said.
neither, but we'll just go with it, okay?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Philly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. He got one. That might be one of those younger shows that I used to.
I'm over here doing the Carlton.
See, he knows.
I know.
He knows.
All right, these guys are going to now Tyler's going to step out. Boy, and he is right on the edge of that pitch box. He's got just enough. He's got one vein of red left on that shoe.
I'm going to make people mad after this frame.
Okay.
If the game's not over.
All right. That's not exactly, I don't think, what he had planned. I think he was trying to, it felt like maybe he was trying to go in there and, oh, boy.
That's okay. That's okay.
Maybe.
As long as he can get out here with the wire. See, he was stuck behind the 8 ball there for a second.
That's low. Nice. He uses Spencer's bag for the assist. Spencer says,
okay,
all right,
we got to
fair
wash.
enough.
Now I'm going to say I'm going to make some people mad on the book face. Now, you saw how Tyler took those Under Armours all the way on the outside of the red line. I don't like it.
Just to the edge.
No. One whole foot was out, and one foot was touching some red. I don't like it.
The pitch box.
I want both feet inside that red or blue.
Well, you'll have to talk to the rules committee on that one, my friend.
I know it. I'm not complaining about it. I just, it's just something that, if Serena Williams touches that line when she serves, guess what?
It's a foot fault.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I don't like stepping over to the side or the front.
And I don't like being able to go across that line till that bag stops either.
I agree.
No, you're not seeing that here.
No, you don't see it here.
If you are seeing it here,
But
you're
I
getting
have
it called.
seen it here.
Yeah, you'll see it, but it'll get called here. It'll get called, and it might be allowed to pass once, but it'll get called, and it'll get brought to someone's attention.
I don't want to talk over these girls, Tony.
No. And Maddie, if she shoots this and goes off, she loses. She goes on, it's 20-12. I don't think she has much of a choice here.
No.
Well, they have not relied on airmails they're both capable of to this point, so it does make for an interesting choice, and they didn't talk about it nearly as long as I thought.
Gave her the okay, and I think he told her to shoot this bag.
I'm with you, Phil. She don't have much of a choice.
No, I think she lays up here.
You think she lays up?
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
I think that's the smart move.
All right, well, that's going to be the deuce, and that takes them to the magical 20 on 12. It's a 1-point game for Philly Rinner and Tyler Amos. We'll find out who's got what, who's made of what here when it comes down to getting the hardest point. Well, tied for the hardest point in the game. The first one and the last one. Yeah, the first one and the last one. I'm kind of moved off my 19 stance.
Just one more thing on the line thing we were talking about. I know out here on our courts we got the lines, and you have to still touch it a little bit, even with just the pinky toe. But what happens is it overflows to the blind draws and stuff, and you get these guys stepping 5-6 feet out to the side.
When there's not the lines to
There's
defend
no
the
lines,
line.
and then you end up with bar fights and stuff. So it's just, it becomes nonsense if they don't honor the area.
Bag. Beautiful bag by Spencer, and he's going to try to steal a couple points here.
All right, and to answer Jamie's question, this is not the finals. No, this is actually the co-ed losers bracket B. We've had to split it into 2 brackets just because there were so many teams interested in being a part of it, and we've seen some great games as a result. We're not even watching bracket A and getting up there. Everything has been here through the consolation bracket.
Roll here.
Nice.
What I tell you?
Nice.
What I call it? Did I call
What
it
a
boogie?
shot.
I was telling you before he even shot it.
And
Yes,
it was,
you did.
And you know what? It was a roll that was able to capture that other one. And
Yeah.
we saw him do that in some earlier matches.
Big push by Tyler.
Going to come in hard. And he
And
leaves it
Spencer
open.
can pick up 6 right here and make this 20-18.
And he
And he
does.
does.
How about that?
That's why you take the layup. That right there is
That's
why you stay
right.
alive and take the
Absolutely
layup, because
right.
your partner in the next frame could absolutely smack him. And that's what Spencer did.
And that gives her some new confidence there for
Absolutely.
that first bag.
Bingo, sir.
That absolutely is the play that needed to be made right there by Philly. Sitting on 20.
What a good bag.
Nicely cleaned up.
And the momentum swings into the favor.
Oh,
Oh,
boy. Oh, boy.
and
I almost said it.
yeah, I did too.
Oh.
And it's 20-20 again, guys. And it comes down to Spencer and
What was
Tyler.
What was that 1-point game there, Finn?
That's what I said.
One-point game?
If we could just play these games to 1, it'd be a much shorter tournament.
Be a short night for us, though.
It would.
This could be it, folks.
It's a game to 1.
Yeah, game to 1.
How important that first bag when it's a 20-20 game.
Pressure, man, pressure.
And we saw Lewis in the last game have that opportunity to put that final bag in for the 8 bag, or left it up high, and that was the end of that game.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't going to say that.
This could be that cutter bag of Spencer's right here.
It could.
I mean, he can't make a mistake, though. That's the only problem.
You gotta try to roll it.
That's okay. That's
Pile it
okay.
up.
Yeah. He's
Hey, I think he gets
Tyler's
it back
not
to
scared of
Maddie.
the airmail either.
No.
Oh, check him out. The confidence. Look at how fast he spins that thing.
I'll tell you what, if that gets off his finger, it's going to cut somebody's head
It's
off.
coming toward us,
in the
Will.
crowd. That's a fact.
I think Tyler should have taken a look at this right here.
Yeah.
He's going. I promise you, he's airmailing.
I think he needs to lay up this one.
They're going up. Oh.
Oh, it stayed on.
Hey, that gives Spencer a backdrop to shoot this one. And he's stepping out.
Going low and come up and over.
Oh,
And he knocks one in and holds the other off to the back now.
Hey, now Tyler must go down there and take a look because he's got to make a bag.
Yep.
If he puts this in, only green bag, and none of Spencer's go in.
I'll tell you what he's got here, though, guys. Let me tell you what. I'm looking at it right now. He's got a slick side push to take those two bags in front and the 1, 2.
There you
I
go,
think
Ninja.
that's his
That's what
only
he's gonna
shot.
have to do, yeah.
There you go, Ninja. Great coaching call
Yeah.
right there. I know he can't hear you, but that's the way to go.
Slick side down push, just aim just to the left of the
That's right.
the top of the shield right there and just go straight through all three of those and leave those other two sitting up top. Call it a day.
I promise you, he's got that shot, too. This kid is good. We saw a shot of the mamas in the crowd there. I like that new camera.
All right, here it comes. He steps out. Gives it a little bit of love and lets it go. And
Here
coming
comes
in low.
sliding.
Right off the back, and that's going to do it.
Oh, man.
He took the shot, the risk versus the reward. He measured it after a timeout, and it did not pay off. But Spencer Garner and Maddie McBride
Just keep on
continue to roll through center court in the COED Consolation Bracket B here in the COED Championships for the American Cornhole Organization. Fellas, I think it's just going to keep getting better
Absolutely.
from here, so we'll see who they send us next. Welcome back to Branson, Missouri, and the Hilton Branson Convention Center. It is a Wednesday night full of great center court action at the Season 17 World Championships of Cornhole with the American Cornhole Organization. To my right, to your left, the one and only Jay Boogie. To the center, and my center, we have Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, Team Loudmouth here at the center court with great co-ed action all afternoon and evening long. This is going to be a good one. In fact, it may be over by the time I'm able to tell you exactly what this match is. It's the split bracket play-in game because the top three from each bracket are going to be then reseeded and then play down to the final two.
There you go.
I don't know if that made any sense to you, but you know what? It kind of made sense to me, and what makes even more sense is that we head to center court, and we keep an eye on this game. Maddie McBride, Spencer Garner, who you've seen on center court here again to play out of the higher seed blue lane, against Heather Wehkling and Kyle Anderson, who just a little while ago were taken down by Josh Glover and Kaitlyn Hamm. And so they tater, and they are ready to get this bad boy underway.
And we are underway again. Let's see how far Maddie and Spencer can get behind again before they start playing.
They do seem to like to play from a deficit.
Love to make it tough on themselves.
21-20 in that last match, and then it was 21-20 over Louis Dugas and April Alverez earlier. And, boy, I tell you what, they put themselves on the spot, but they play under pressure.
Oh, yeah.
And they have made a nice little home here on center court now.
What's this push shot by Kyle Anderson? He's one of the greats.
Coming in hard.
Well,
He gets something now. This is interesting because these bags look a lot like one another. This is going to be a challenge, absolutely, to keep an eye on what's going on here. So if you're watching in high def, you have the absolute advantage on the embedded link at AmericanCornhole.com.
And guess what? Maddie and Spencer's down already to start the game. 2-0.
See you there? It's where they like to be, and we asked Maddie, why y'all like getting behind? You know what she said? All she could say was, my feet hurt.
It's in that little country accent that she has. She's worse than you, Boogie.
I think so.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Not that bad, Finn said.
Now, at least I knew she was making some reference to her feet. At least I was in the neighborhood there. There's sometimes I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, is he even talking to me?
Yeah, we're going to have a translator sometime.
Can somebody take that dog outside?
All right, well, Heather and Kyle, jump up 2-0 here to the early lead, and Kyle takes that first bag, gets ready to send it. Right hand, right side, right up the middle.
I tell you what, Heather, when they played Josh and Kaitlyn earlier, Heather was on fire, throwing
really
a lot
was.
of bags in the hole.
Very interesting delivery, too. She almost shovel passes that bag when she lets it go out of South Central Cornhole.
Yeah.
Kyle has a very short delivery as well. So it's
Holds
kind
it
of
like a
interesting.
washer player. He's got the washer player grip.
Really
Yeah, the
does.
grip is what trips me out. Got the index finger on top.
Versus that big pendulum swing right there from Spencer, who says, you know what, let's get this.
Yeah.
Let's make this thing interesting. Let's get it down to
There we
18-6 or something like that. And then we'll see what happens.
I tell you what, we were just talking about how they love these deficits so far. Spencer does not want to do that
No,
with
he
Kyle.
doesn't.
No, I agree with that. He's dodged some big bullets in the last couple games,
He
too.
has, yes, sir. And Kyle will put him down quick, like if it takes an airmail or what.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Man has a great airmail, too, by the
Does
way.
he not? My goodness.
Lord knows I've seen it a million times.
You can see from the front of his jersey, says whatever it takes. Seems to sum it up just about right.
Burton Grimes organization, whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Maddie's thinking about shooting this.
thinking about it.
Hey,
She's got some
that
space.
shot.
She's got a lot of hole.
This early in the game.
She's got a good piece of the pie chart available to her.
Absolutely.
This will be the part where you look and say, Maddie McBride's airmail, this big piece of the
Yeah,
pie.
absolutely.
That's it.
Oh, she's going to lay low.
Oh, and come on. I'm going to call that the Johnny Thomas shot.
We've seen
Didn't
that
Johnny
happen
Thomas?
a couple times,
Yeah.
and it looked like Spencer kind of suggested that maybe she lay it up. I don't
Exactly
I don't
that.
understand why they're steering away from something that they're both very capable
I
of.
think it's all came from Spencer in the last couple of games, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Most of those layups have come from him.
Well, and he proved himself right. The one, he picked up, 5 or 6 points right after he had her layup just to stay alive. So, clearly they trust each other as teammates, and that's what matters when you're playing in doubles.
We all agreed that she should have laid up and got to 20. And there was Cal going for the
Went
big
for
one.
that airmail drag, bounced one off the back, and Spencer helps him out by leaving one out of play. Oh, and he's going
Look at
again.
that.
Great
It's
airmail right there.
Like it's nothing to it.
Coming in for that hard push, gets one.
Yep.
And, boy, I'll tell you
1
what, it's
point.
going to be that single point. There was a lot going on there for just that 1 point, it seemed like.
I'm not entirely sure these bags aren't the same color. I just think
Let me
Anderson's
tell you
bags are a
guys.
little older.
One of them
Well,
are
a lot
pink
older.
and one of them are purple. So I'm just letting you guys know. Nice.
Or as I like to
bag.
say it, the difference between me when I'm mad and really mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Pink and purple?
Just different shades. I think the dark ones got ran over a few times.
Looks like they might have been out in the out
Look
in the
at
driveway.
that
That's a nice
bag.
bag right there, but
Nice.
she didn't seem happy with it, did Heather? And there's
No, she got 4 more points, and all of a sudden, look at this
Hey.
score.
The
Maddie.
ninja got upset when we mentioned old bags. Have you seen these
well,
game
that's
changers?
a good point. That's a
Yeah,
good point.
He gets sensitive on that.
Absolutely. Those are going to be in a frame when I retire. I'm going to tell you that right now.
There's a very good chance they're going to be in a pile of dust.
That's very possible.
What's that smoke over there? Oh, nothing. Phil's
Look
playing.
at Kyle. Kyle is just firing away, hitting those air
That thing looked like it was on that zip line coming across the
The river.
Oh.
Caught the edge.
Oh,
no.
That's what the danger of the roll bag with Spencer
No.
is. And, of course,
Oh,
Kyle's going to nail that.
man.
You see Heather, she just kind of waved her hand. She knew it was going in.
She's used to that.
Yep.
Bingo, bango goes Mr. Anderson.
we saw.
That
Oh
is a
boy,
big
that's a
round.
monster
14 to nothing.
And now it's
See,
time
here
for them
we-
to turn on the
Look,
afterburners.
get click. Hey, we're down 14. Let's go.
Yeah.
But Heather has not lit up on Maddie at all.
Not in the least.
Maddie, that bag just barely stops, and she is firing away.
Everybody out there on the book face pulling for Spencer and Maddie. You better get going now. They're down 2 touchdowns, quick like.
That's right. There we go.
All right.
There you go, 14 nothing. All of a sudden,
Alrighty then.
the light bulb kicked on.
It all begins with the 2-point conversion.
That would be a safety right there, guys.
That's a
Just so
safety.
y'all
Yeah,
know.
well, you know what? It actually is a safety for them. It keeps them from getting skunked.
Yeah.
Oh, and a little opportunity given from Kyle right there.
I think Spencer can get that back. I think Kyle can get his.
I expect Spencer to scoop up under that one and push it off to the right.
And Kyle is throwing really well in this game, too. He did not have a good game against Glover earlier.
And now he takes those two down underneath. That's nicely done. Spencer come right up the middle. Oh, boy, he gets hung up left.
I tell you what, Kyle's got that cut back, too. I saw him working on it earlier. He may try to cut this one in and get 6.
See, and by not pushing that bag off to the right earlier, Spencer did not. Now it gives Kyle the opportunity to get it.
Coming in.
There it was.
And,
What did I tell it?
Both.
Did I call it?
He takes them both. Right now. Nicely done, boy. I'll tell you what, Kyle Anderson is money 20 on 2. Now, we've seen a lot of deficits overcome, particularly by these two on this particular surface. Yeah. Can they do it? Yes or no?
20 to 2.
Will they do it? I'm going to say can they.
We know they can.
Will they?
The last 2 games ended 20 to 20, but McBride and Garner are missing a 0 right now.
Is Maddie going to pick up 2 right here? Heather is solid,
I'll tell you what, she is. Oh, boy.
Nothing.
Unable to keep that bag hanging up there. Every one of those shots just gave it a little bit more real estate towards the hole to fall. Spencer's got his work cut out for him here. That's a fact. No mistakes. No mistakes.
Especially the way Kyle's throwing, and there's one out of play by Kyle.
But you can't monkey see, monkey do this one.
No, and he's okay with that one.
Yep.
And Kyle is okay with that one.
Yep. Oh.
Big push again by Kyle.
Look at this. Oh, he tried to.
I hadn't seen that bag fly by Kyle.
Interesting. He tried to sneak it in there just about 7 o'clock. Oh, and up and over. He's not going to get it.
Now let's see that Anderson here.
Here it comes.
I think he's shooting it.
He's got to it. 20 to 2. Yeah.
Yep.
And he gets it.
And he just took the game.
He did.
Spencer, you better go take a look and see where you need to shoot this one.
You better go down and see it.
And he's not going to take a look.
He's going to throw it low, hard,
and that's it.
And that's going to do it. And that's going to end the rain and the run here on center court for Maddie McBride and Spencer Garner, the play-in game for the split bracket top 6 to be reseeded and broken down to the final 2, which will be played on Championship Saturday. Heather Wehkling and Kyle Anderson, nicely done, rebounding from an earlier loss to Josh Glover and Kaitlyn Hamm. So all names you will likely hear again before this weekend is over as we continue to work our way towards that Championship Saturday. Boogie, what do you think? When was that game over?
That game was over just about the time that Kyle started throwing airmails.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Tell you what, that was an awesome airmail. He just hit there. There wasn't a whole lot of room right there, and he nailed it.
No, and I think he did it with purpose. He did it as there was a couple of exclamation points. Not unlike the way that Caleb Hurt finished the Player of the Season match against Austin. Bam, 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 and that was. I think you're right.
Kyle was kind of jabbing him. He was jabbing him. He was kind of feeling him out around the ring with Spencer. Then all of a sudden, he was like, "All right, kid, you're not gonna fight back." Whap, 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 whap.
All right, there you go. And they had a fight 3 times in a row right here. They put up a couple of really good comebacks, but it turned out that it wasn't to be. So, Phil.
The run is over for McBride and Spencer.
I'll tell you what, but they've got a lot to be proud of and everything that they achieved here on center court. So much more happening between now and the end of Championship Saturday. We'll look forward to bringing it to you here from the broadcast booth here at the Hilton Branson Convention Center as we wrap things up between now and Saturday night for the Season 17 World Championships of Cornhole for the American Cornhole Organization on the ACO Digital Network.